All right. So, yes, yes. Any questions? Any queries? Okay. Subhadeep, I have dropped the meeting link over there in the chat box. You can go to that link and you'll be getting that case studies over there.
Can you speak in
Okay, thank you.
Hindi and English both?
हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश मुझे हिंदी नहीं आता है क्या करेंगे बोलो अभी
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry, I will speak that. It's okay. All right. So basic ground rules, people. As you know, you are here for the training, so your continuous engagement is also very, very essential. So I would request you refrain using your calls and your emails or MS Teams meeting links or any other chat boxes because the topics are very precisely designed and we have very limited window time. So I request just to not to use the mobile phone calls. If you have some calls to be attended, really ensure that your mic is always on the mute. And if you have any questions, you can unmute and speak about the queries, not an issue. If you believe there are a lot of noise around and you can't speak properly, okay, no issues. The chat box is always on. You can ask your queries by dropping a message in the chat box. So this is how we are going to make the session more interactive. It's not just one end. I keep delivering the things and you have to keep responding for that. You have to also keep asking questions. So no worries about it. All right. So I believe I am clear.
Yes, Prabhash, good to go.
Yeah, thank you. Fine then. So let's get to on topic. In the link, the moment you go for it, you will be having two subfolders like Gslide and Gsheets. So I'll give you a bit awareness about this. We are going to spend 2 hours on Gsheet and 1 hour on Gslide. This is how the program curriculum has been designed or distributed, you can say. And go to our Gsheets first, and there you'll be having 3 files, 2 PDF and 1 Excel file is there. Yeah. So 2 PDF files is nothing but about your shortcut keys because while working in any platform or especially the spreadsheet applications, in today's world, time is money. So whatever the time we are going to spend over here, it should be worth spending and we have to do a smart work over there. So the more the time we spend through mouse, definitely we are going to consume a lot. So this is the reason why we have to train ourselves with the keyboard shortcuts. So I have given the Windows keyboard shortcuts and as well as the Mac keyboard shortcuts. So any point of time, anybody's Mac user also we have in this meeting room, they can make use of this Mac keyboard shortcuts. Now, come to Google Sheet training file. So when you open that, you can notice it is going to open as a Excel file only because originally or by nature, the file is designed in Excel. Okay. So I request create a copy first. Okay, so how to create a copy in the Google Sheet? So first you go to your file menu over here. In this file menu, you have an option called Save as Google Sheet. Save as Google Sheet. This is the first thing you should do. Okay, I believe you can see my marker. I'm highlighting where to go. Going to the file menu, Save as Google Sheet. Now it will open by creating a copy of the same Excel file as a Google Sheet over here. All right. So kindly confirm first, have you created a copy of a Google Sheet over there? Y for yes, and quickly in the chat box. Great. All right. So now, the first thing, the moment you work in Google Sheet, okay, before coming to that, I will take a call because some people are not comfortable. Let me take a call. So is it okay? I deliver the training in Hindi. All are comfortable? Yes, people, I ask a question, kindly respond. If I deliver the training in Hindi, is that okay for everyone? Because some people they are asking me to deliver the training in Hindi. Okay, Reshma is saying no, fine. Yeah, Krishnamurti is saying no, no. Okay, okay. Okay. Fine then. So I will take a call. I will deliver the training in English, and those who are having trouble, they ask the queries. They can ask in Hindi also. Not a problem. I can definitely respond to that in that way. Hope that works. Now, coming back to our Google Sheet. Okay, the first thing is whenever you have a Google Sheet file, people, okay, you need to do some interface arrangements. What is that? Going to the file menu, okay, go to the settings. This is the first thing you should do. Go to the file menu and go to the settings. And in this settings tab, you have to first set your time zone. Okay. Now, why we need to do all these things? Because if you do not do or change the time settings over here, the date and time calculations, whatever you do, it will be always be a troublesome. It will be not be matching with your records, and you not get the exact calculations over there. So go to file and go for settings. Do not change the local, do not change the country. Let it be United Kingdom, whatever default settings you have. But only thing is go to the time zone, and there you go for GMT plus 5.5 hours. GMT plus 5.5. So go for it, GMT plus 5.5. When you scroll down, you can see I will be getting one option called IST. So this is the point you have to select in the time zone, GMT plus 5.5 hours. Okay. And once you do so, then you go for save and reload. And now we are ready and good to go with our Google Sheet tools or topics. Now, one more thing, what you need to do, suppose say you are very comfortable with Microsoft Excel, and all of a sudden you are asked to work with Google Sheet. Definitely you will be facing a lot of challenges and a lot of trouble over there. You are not be having the comfort zone to work with. And the keyboard shortcuts majorly it is not working for Google Sheet. So you'll be getting frustrated. Of course, if I were in your place also, I'll be doing the same. So in that case, to make your life easy, if you want to make your Excel keyboard shortcuts to make it compatible up to some extent in the Google Sheet, what you can do is there is a button called help. Okay, go there, please. In the same Google Sheet, you have the button called help. In this, in the bottom, you can see keyboard shortcuts. One option is there. Navigate that, please. Select that. And once you select, you will be finding a list of keyboard shortcuts. And in the bottom, there's an option, enable compatible spreadsheet shortcuts. By default, it will be in deactivate state for you. Just click that button, it will be activated. So 60% of our other spreadsheet calculations, whatever the keyboard shortcuts you have, it will be also getting compatible now with the Google Sheet. So this is what the minimum interface arrangements, how to do. We have got the basic understanding. Any doubt, any queries so far? Good.
Good to go, Prabhash.
Thank you. कोई सवाल है तो पूछ सकते हैं. Don't hesitate. Okay. Now let's go to our sheet naming called business maths. So I'm going to take you through some essential formulas and functions in our routine activities to make our job easy over there in Google Sheet. Now here, let me take you through the data what we have with us. Say, take an example, somebody from a different department, he comes to me and asks, Prabhas, I need to purchase 3 products, ABC, XYZ, anything. Now, how much quantity to be purchased? We are pretty clear with that. And when I inquired with the vendor has given the rates, A of 1 rupee each, B of 20 rupees each, C of 10 rupees each. Now I have taken up this matter to my finance department. And I asked them, please give me a check in favor of XYZ Enterprises so that I start procuring the material. My finance team asked me a question, Pravas, how much amount you need or what is the check amount you expect? So I need to answer that. And to answer them, what you do basically, just watch my screen, no need to do anything. Ideally, we go to a new column, we type the formula equal to quantity multiplied by rate per unit. And once we do the same, then the same we can apply for others. And then we go for making a total over here by using the formula naming called sum. This is how we do. Do you agree? Yes, no in the chat box, please. Absolutely, yes. Nothing wrong. What we are doing is absolutely correct. But let's analyze the same situation. what happens over here, people? Our requirement is lying only in this cell, correct? So what is the point of getting all these three value? Is it playing any role? No, but we are forced. If you do not get this, all these three, this total cannot be achieved. So this is the reason why what we have understood now, because we keep creating unwanted data, our file size also sometimes getting heavy. And when you take a new column and apply the formula, again, it is consuming a lot of time. So having said this, whatever the approach we have over here right now, this is what we need to stop. Though we are getting the answer, but this is not the right way to get it. So how to get this answer in one shot? Even though I have got 10,000 row items entry, how to get our answer? See, there is a total cost cell over here. All right. So I'll go for a formula naming called sum. But the moment I go for sum, so many formulas are there having the sum character. And if I go for sum P, right? See, it is showing already me some product. But to populate the entire formula, there is an option also comes up called tab to accept. So I can just hit the tab button and automatically my sum product formula will be opened. Now, technically, this is an array formula. So what is my array one? The formula is demanding my first column, that is quantity, comma, array two, second column, that is rate per unit. Simple. And the moment you go for this, can you see the beauty of Google Sheet formulas are there? It shows the immediate answer in the top. So this is what compared to our Microsoft Excel, Google Sheet has got one upper hand. And the moment I hit enter, I'll be getting the answer 1440 over there. So this is how a simple formula, how to use this over here, people. We got the basic understanding. And now, sometimes what it happens while we are designing our spreadsheet templates or formula or function-based results, sometimes people demand us, Prabhas, why don't you showcase the formulas or functions so that I can easily identify them? So to showcase the formula, what we have written in this yellow colored cell, what we can do, there is one more formula in our Google Sheet naming called formula text. So when you go for formula text, it demands me, where is the data? Data is over here. And in that cell, whatever the formula is there, that will be showing on the screen. So this is how we have understood there are two different formula right now. One is sum product, the other one is formula text. So please give it a try and confirm, is it working? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. All good? Shall we go to the next? Okay, thanks, Vivek. Anybody is facing any trouble or not getting the answer or is not clear with the logic, what is the formula we have used, feel free to ask. All right, so I believe everyone is clear what we discussed over here. We'll go to our next. Now, the case study's name is called vendor evaluation. So let's discuss something on this point. Then we start working with our exercise. See, ideally, the moment you are working with any industry, wherever, or any organization, wherever you are working with, our purchase department, they have their own standard operating procedure. What they say, that if you are purchasing one item and that is very critical one, do not depend upon with a single source of supply. They always refer or they always recommend go for minimum 3 competitive cores, and we call them technically L1, L2, L3. Now the same thing over here we are going to do. We have a prices column, you can see. Now if I ask you, please find out our L1, L2 and L3 supplier rates. So how to get that? So first of all, just check your data and let me know what would be my L1 price. What would be my L1 price? Anybody? Look at your prices column and let me know. 87. L2 should be 99.2. L3 should be 103.2. Do you all agree with this? Right. So now this is, since we have got maximum 7 to 8 items, we could find out the result by taking this kind of options. No issues. Now suppose say take a real-time situation. When you open the file or Google Sheet, there are 1000 items are there. 1000 line items are there. All right. Now in that case, if I ask you, please find out the L1, L2, L3 supplier rates, how will you do that? All right, so answer is already given by Kavi. So this is the same thing we do. We always sort our data in smallest to largest order, and whatever the three line items comes in the beginning, we consider that these are our L1, L2, L3 supplier rates, and we send it across the same over email to our superiors for the approval. And once they approve the same, we start procuring the materials. So this is how the practice we have, correct, in the industries. Nothing wrong. What we are doing is absolutely perfectly fine. But my question is, where is the value addition to the work? There is no value addition because sorting is a task anybody can do. Now, what I'm doing is, again, if you look at this is recurring in nature. Every time, whenever I go for a product, I need to sort my data and then the first three items, again, I have to pick. So in this place, instead of doing that repetitive actions, if I can make it something dynamic over here, when I choose the product, automatically my L1, L2, L3 supplier rates has to be ready. So how to make it? Again, so this kind of techniques you must use to make your template dynamic rather keep on doing the same sorting actions over there. So just see the beauty. We have got a bottom three column over here. All right. We are going to deal with a formula. Now the array functions again we are going to go deal with. So go to that bottom three calculations, go for equal to and go for a formula naming called small. And in this small formula, what it demands me, the data. Data is there in my left. Now this data, whatever we have selected from the left side column, it should not move down along with the formula movement. All right. So what we should do with that, if we want to restrict the movement of the data, ideally what we prefer to do, we go for application of dollar symbol. And how to apply? By going for F4 key. If your F4 key is not a direct key, you have to go with function with F4 key. It depends upon the brand of the laptop and the keyboard behavior. Now, comma. What's the next one? It is asking me N. N stands for nothing but integer, number, or ranking. So if you take ranking over here, L1 rank should be 1. L2 rank should be 2. L3 rank should be 3. So basically, in this case, we just want our 1, 2, and 3 in place of n. But we cannot define all these things together. So what we can do, if you look at in our formula, the cell over here, whatever in column G, already we have got 1, 2, and 3. And there, the moment I go for this, I'll take just a right arrow key over here, right arrow key over here, and immediately what will be happening? My formula, if you look at in G12, it is containing 1, and that one becomes my small formula purpose n value, and automatically my formula is giving the answer 87. Now formula is ready, hit enter, and the same we can apply for the rest. So go for selecting the same, Control D to fill down. So this is how the moment you work with our small formula, very helpful. And this is again going to help you while designing the templates. So go for it, small formula, check, is it working? So how to operate with our small formula, we got the clarity. So I got a confirmation from Ritupanno. How about others? Okay. Thanks, Abhishek, for confirmation. Anybody is not clear with the logic of our small formula, feel free to ask. All right. Now let us go and find the top three values also. So for bottom three, we got small formula. For top three, opposite of small, we know definitely it should be large. Yes. We do have a formula called large also. So what it demands, again, the data. Data is there in my left. I can take it. And I should lock it. Yes. Comma. What is the next thing? Again, it is demanding for n. So n value, I told you it's a number or integer or rank. So if you're considering the rank, again, I should take the value of 1 from the left. So bracket close, formula is ready. Now hit enter. The same we can apply for others, selecting the same, control D. So this is how people we have understood whenever there is a need and whenever you are going for a template designing and all, this small and large formula will be very, very helpful. So I believe that large is also working fine. All right. Now here, though we have got formula driven results people, but this is what our experts suggest us to do the job like this. I never recommend for that. The reason is no doubt you have got the answer, formula is working fine for you, but the moment you send it across to someone, suppose he has just believed one thing that this 1, 2, 3 is not playing any role and he has deleted. Because it happens. People believe that something is unwanted and they delete and the entire formula is in trouble. Can you see now? So this is the reason why this kind of helper column our spreadsheet application never recommends. But we keep designing the lot of things to make our own convenience results over there. So now the question is, if I do not have this kind of helper column of 1 to 3, how to get these results of top 3 and bottom 3? See, same 1 to 3 is essential. That's without that we can't complete our formula. But what we are going to do now is we are going to make our formula efficient enough in such a way it will generate the result by taking 1 to 3 in the formula itself. How? Just see. Now, if I ask you which row I am operating with, if I ask you, what will be your answer? See, in the row header, it is in row number 12. So I'm in row number 12. But if I want to do the same in spreadsheet or Google Sheet, I should take a formula help naming called over here as row. So ROW, row open bracket and close bracket. Can you see it is also returning the same answer called 12? Yes. Now over here, row formula is giving me the row number as the answer. Perfect. But what I am expecting is 1. Earlier it was 1. I am getting 12. So to get it 1 over here, what we can do? Simple. With 11, the previous row number, I can deduct and the result is ready. Now the same I can apply for others also. Yes. This is what the 1, 2, 3 it is we are going to generate. But what I did now in outside of the formula range, we are going to incorporate in the formula. This is the only thing, nothing else. So how to do that? Just see. I'll delete everything, whatever we have. I'll go for same large formula over there, and I'll take the data, no doubt. I'll just lock it, reason we know. And now I'll be taking the value of row formula, bracket open, bracket close. Since we are in row number 12, I have to deduct with 11 and bracket close. And the moment you go for this, the moment you hit enter, the same we can apply for others as well. See, without taking any kind of helper column even, we could generate those solutions. So this is called our nested formula. So when you write multiple formula in one cell, that becomes your nested formula. So please give it a try. Large with row combination, is it working? Confirm. Kindly rectify the small formula as well. So these formulas will be very, very helpful whenever you design the template, summary report, tabular report. This is going to help you a lot. So what is small formula? What is large formula? What is the usage of dollar symbol? What is row formula? We got the clarity. Can I take that? Okay. So how about others? Only I just get the response from 3 to 4 people. So Deepa, Drishti, what is the status? Iklag, are you with me? Getting it? What I'm saying? Fine. Thank you so much. If that is the case, then I'm glad. Well, so let's go for our next situation over here. Now we are going to discuss some date-related challenges what we face in our routine activities. Say, take an example. I have started working with your project on 1st Feb 2019, and the project is over by 26 April 2020. Now, in that particular project, I'm not working in Thursday. In that particular project, since the client is not working, I'm also not working in Thursday. But Sunday, I come to office and work. And these are the list of holidays we have never worked on that particular project. So, yes, thanks to Tupanna. Now, over here, these are the holidays we never worked in that particular project. So in that case, over here, if I need to compute my business days or working days, how to get that? All right. So what is the meaning by business days or working days? How many days exactly you work in a week for the office? Same thing we are going to compute now. For that, we have a very beautiful formula in our spreadsheet or Google Sheet naming called Network Days International. So INTL stands for International. And there, what it demands me, start date, we do have, comma. What's the next one? End date, we do have that. Now, once I go for this demands me the weekend. So how to consider the weekend? So weekend is my Thursday, but how to define that? So here it is bit of challenge for Google Sheet, but in Microsoft Excel, it will be giving you the ready-made options exactly for Thursday, what would be the weekend parameter. But to explore that, the same in Google Sheet, what you can do is there are 3 dots over here. Okay. So you could see enable formula suggestions, named function suggestion, all these ticks should be ticked. Yes, it is ticked. Now I'll go for this arrow key button. I should click, and then it is going to show me the details about this formula. Now, what is start date? What is end date? What is weekend? This is showing optional, but a number or string representing which days of the week are considered weekends. It is not giving that much of clarity. So you can go and explore more, learn more. So when you go for learn more over here, your Google Sheet is going to help you out. Like what is the meaning of holidays, how to define that over here. So taking a look on this, the moment I go for number method of these holidays, what it says, like instead of using string method above, a single number can be used. 1 stands for Saturday and Sunday. So if you believe you are not working Saturday and Sunday, you should take 1. If you are not working Sunday and Monday, you should take 2. Like this pattern, you have to take till 7 for Friday and Saturday, and 11 is Sunday, is the only weekend. Suppose 12 it is, then Monday, like that, 13 Tuesday, 14 Wednesday, 15 Thursday. So this is of 2 patterns we have, 1 to 7 and 11 to 17. So this is what here we need to understand and remember in Google Sheet. So we are not working in Thursday, right? So it should be 15. Taking that over here, if I go for giving the result 15, comma, and over there, what it demands me, the holidays list. Where is the holidays? Holidays in towards my right side. So I'll take that and I will take the entire range. And this is going to give me the result of over here, 381. So this is nothing but we call it as our Network Days International. Okay. So kindly check it out. Network This International, is it working? Anything is not clear, you can ask me. So this formula will be very, very helpful to calculate someone's efficiency, productivity, or if you have taken a machine on rental basis, how many days exactly put you on use, you have to pay the rental charges. This formula, you can always take the help of that. Right. But these things are quite easy. You are not going to struggle over there in Microsoft Excel. So I'm immediately taking you through the same result over there in Microsoft Excel, how it works. Just watch my screen, no need to do anything. So if I go for Excel, okay, I'm just taking the same thing. Now, what it happens, suppose I want to go for the formula equal to network this international. Demands me start date, we do have, comma, end date, we do have, comma. Can you see? Immediately it shows me a pop-up. So I am not working in Thursday. So what I need to do, I need to select Thursday only. And this shows me Thursday is a weekend day and the number is the same, right? 15 only. So this is how, if you work in Microsoft Excel, somewhat it is better than your Google Sheet, and Google Sheet also somewhat better options than your Microsoft Excel. So we cannot compare both these tools. They have got their own advantage and disadvantage also. So you cannot compare that, okay, Microsoft Excel is better or Google Sheet is better. You cannot just take a conclusion statement on that. All right. So this is how, okay, if you have 2 weekends, Arvind, like that's what I told you. You have to take the 1 to 7 combination. Just see 1 to 7 combination. One is Saturday and Sunday is the weekend. Two is Sunday and Monday is the weekend. Suppose say you have got more than one day. So this is the combination from 1 to 7 you have to take. Okay, right, fine. Now let us go for one more beautiful example about our date related only. Just say, suppose say I have furnished one contract with one of my vendor on 11th December 2019. And this is all about the asset called HP printer. We have fixed the period of 16 months. Now we need to find out when this contract is going to be expired so that we can take a call whether to renew the contract, to stop the service over there. We have to take a call. Okay. So before proceeding further, this test is asking in case I need to choose 2 days from different combinations. No, you cannot take your different combinations, Ritesh, whatever it is coming up in that parameter. 1 to 7 and 11 to 17. Those things only you can take. You cannot have your own something over here because this is a formula driven result and this is already predefined by Google Sheet. So if you want to take Saturday and Tuesday, I would suggest first you calculate taking Saturday as your weekend and whatever the Tuesday's dates falling, you should take it as a holiday list. You should enhance your holiday list more along with the Tuesdays, and those things you can check as a holiday if it is really needed. All right. Now, coming back to over here, suppose say 11 December 2019, we furnished one contract of period of 16 months. We need to find out when this contract is going to be expired so that I can renew on time. Well, so if this is the case, ideally what will happens, we have to be pinpoint accurate. We know that very well. But we have got many more cases. So can we hold a calendar in one hand and keep computing? Not at all. So this is what one more challenging case, people, but how to solve this puzzle, just see. We can go for a simple formula naming called over there E-date. E stands for electronic date. Okay. What it demands? It demands me over here start date. Start date is date of AMC. Yes, comma. Months we have ready-made left also options. And immediately it will throw the result also in the top. And now bracket close, formula is ready. And the same we can go for over here. In fact, going for autofill. So now this is ready. with our answer. So this is how people, whenever you are working with your agreements, claims, insurance, or instrumentation certificates, bank guarantees, or investment related some documents, you can always take the help of this EDATE formula to maintain or use this Google Sheet as a tracker, not to just to maintain the database. All right. So check it out. Your EDATE is working, people. Any doubt or questions about the EDATE? All right. So I believe everyone is clear with our EDATE function. Now, this EDATE function, whatever the result it gives, no doubt it is pinpoint accurate. But the thing is, with that, our work is not done yet because along with the date, we need to also identify what the date it's going to fall. Is it going to fall in a weekday or a weekend? That also we need to find out. So now the question is how to extract a day from a date. How to extract a day from a date. So what we can do over here, let's see. There is a ready-made formula in our Google Sheet naming called text. Naming called text. What it demands me is the number. Number is nothing but the expiry date. Now, comma, what it demands me over there, you can look at text formula. It goes for format. So when I want to go for format, ideally what kind of date format we follow across the globe, DD, MMYY or MMDDYY, where D stands for day, M stands for month, and Y stands for year. This is pre-defined again. So we need to focus with only with our day category. So within two double inverted quotes, you can go for D 4 times. So now the question is why need to go for D 4 times? The reason to get the complete string of the day name. Sunday, SUNDAY, Monday, MONDAY, like the complete string. Now, do I need to go for all the caps on? Not necessary. Formulas are not case sensitive. You can operate with draw caps also. It's not a problem. But what is the significance of 4D that we understood? If I go for 3D, it is only going to give you the first three characters of the day. This is how the moment we hit enter, we got the first thing ready. See, as we are anticipating, the first one alone is going to fall in Sunday. So we should renew the contract for 1 or 2 days, depending upon 5 or 6 working days in a week. All right. So I believe text is working, people, for everyone. Any doubt in text formula? Fine then. We got the day. So let's go for a hands-on practice for finding our month and year also. Month and year. So month purpose, what we can do, we can take the same again is equal to text and taking the data from expiry date column and within two double invert quotes, M 4 times. All right. So this is about our month, how to extract a month. So this will be very, very helpful when you have only the date column. You do not have the month or day column separately. You can always take the help of this text formula. Now, Coming to the next year, we need to compute the year from a date. So you can again go for the text formula within two double inverted quotes. You can type Y 4 times, but that's not necessary because text is a lengthy formula. So for year purpose, we have a ready-made year formula in our Google Sheet. And there we can go for the data, nothing but our expiry date. Then bracket close. And over here, we got our year also ready. So this is how we have understood the date-related challenges, how to face that, and how to get the right answer over there. So kindly check, is it working for everyone? Any doubt? So this is about our business maths people, some product, then formula text over there. Then we have got some small, large with row combination. Then we have gone for network plus international and uses of dollar symbol over there in the formula. And then finally, e-date, text, and year. Right. So we go for the next. Right. So go to our next sheet over here, naming called data presentation. So in this data-driven world, people, mere having the data is not alone enough. So we need to play around with the data. We need to just clean the data. We need to do the data mining, data crunching, data. We need to analyze, and we need to visualize our data. All these kind of exercises, it's needed in the data. All right. Now take a look. We have got our entire year's revenue records. Suppose say my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire revenue report for the whole year. So month wise or dealer wise or customer wise, whatever the Excel sheets I had maintained, everything I have opened or Google Sheet I have opened, and then combine the entire stuff. And this is the final summary we have with us. Now, having said this, the moment I prepare my data in this format, anybody can do that. It's not something rocket science or external job I did. So now the question is how to make it more informative. What can you add so that the column will be adding more value to the presentation? And when I'm presenting the same to the people, all the audience should be happy. And when I'm presenting something, people have got more information by watching my data, they will be pleased enough. So whatever it is you believe, you can apply over here. So can you give me some ideas what else we can do to make it more even better? Whatever you feel, though it is wrong, what can be done in this data to make it more informative? Well, so Arvind and Sandeep, they are saying we can go for charts. Very good. We can present our data in a graphical format. What else? Profit and loss. Naman, how to get the profit and loss over here? Do you have any expenses to calculate your profit or loss? All right, fine then. So let us not waste much of time over here. Let's see how to make some improvements in our data presentation. Okay. See, a lot of things we can do over here. First thing is let's start with the minimum requirement. Like we do not have the total. Can you see in our data, we do not have the total revenue. Let's go for that first. So when you want to go for the total, go for the formula equal to sum and taking the data over here. So it is taking 60,734. Kindly confirm all of you have got the same. So our total is ready, people? Yes. Now, this data, whatever I have prepared, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting the same to my management, none of my management people would be happy watching the same. Of course, we know that because billions, millions, lakhs, and crores, nobody's interested to see. So what they're expecting then, my management people, if I'm going to present it, they are looking for revenue data, but that should be in terms of percentage. So let's go for one more new column over here, adding over here, naming called percentage. Okay. So revenue percentage, what should be the formula? Let's have a look at my screen first. See, we have to take the data equal to taking the data from revenue column from the left, and that should be divided by with the total revenue all the time. But this data, revenue total should not move down along with my formula movement. So what we should do, we should lock it. And once I lock it, the moment I hit enter, I'm going to get my data in terms of decimals, right? But we are expecting the answer in terms of percentage. So any point of time to convert any format to percentage format, control, shift, and 5. And you got your answer ready over there. All right. So we can go for simply now one more column ready over here, people. Right. So kindly just apply the formula and check is it working. Right, people? So everybody has got this revenue percentage column ready. Any questions from anybody or not getting the answer? If it is done, kindly drop me a message, D for done or Y for yes in the chat box. Any shortcut to sum? See, Alt equal to is the sum for working for Microsoft Excel. But here we do not have, I mean, if you want to explore, as I told you in Google keyboard shortcuts in the whole command, keyboard shortcuts, you can go for it, or keyboard shortcuts I have already shared with you over here for Windows based or laptop based, you can go for it. So when you want to go for something over here, all right. So you can go and search anything I have, okay, sum or equals, like say, if I go for sum, okay. So you can check it out. If in anything for some, or I mean, auto sum purpose, you have anything, it is going to work, you can take the help of that. So as I told you, not entire shortcut keys of your Microsoft Excel to be there over here, but yes, 60% compatibility will be there. And for that reason, you have to go and explore the options. As I told you in our Google Sheet, going to over here, help command, keyboard shortcuts, and this button to be enabled. So view compatible shortcuts will be also on for you. Right? Suppose say I would like to go for, suppose say auto sum. So when I go for auto sum over here, no search results for auto sum. It means in Google Sheet keyboard shortcuts is not there for auto sum. Only thing is you can take the help of Sigma option. The direct Sigma options you want, you can take the help of that. Okay, like this. Fine then. So I believe now, yeah. Arvind, did you get that? I showed you where to get the shortcut list, keyboard shortcut list over here. You can go for it. I believe you got that answer. Yeah. All right. So now what else we can do with regard to your data to make it more informative? See, we can compare our data on month and month, like Jan to Feb, Feb to March, March to April, we can compare our data. So that's called MOM comparison, or we call it as naming called growth. So when you'd like to go for the column called growth, what should be the formula? First, watch my screen and understand what is the formula I'm taking. Then I'll be giving time, don't worry. See, since Jan is my first month of the year, there is nothing before Jan to compare with, of course. So growth will be nil. I repeat, growth will be nil for the month of Jan. because before Jan, anything is not available. Now, when you go to Feb, what should be the formula? Simple, going to Feb minus Jan, and this is going to give me the result. And the same formula I can apply for others also over here. And this is nothing but my growth column. Kindly confirm this growth column is ready. Okay. So log the value F4. F4 is the keyboard shortcut, Arvind. Sorry, I misinterpreted that. I thought you were looking for where is the shortcut key list. So to lock any cell, you have to go for F4. And if it is not your direct key, go with function with F4. Fine. So I believe everyone is clear with our growth column calculation as a value additions to the data. All right. Now, once growth is ready, again, this column, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But the same data, when I'm presenting to the management is looking for the data, but it should be in terms of percentage. So let's go and check it out, how to create another column naming called growth percentage and make our data more informative. So ideally, since we have got Jan month growth is nil, growth percentage also should be nil, default logic. But when you go to Feb, what should be the answer? Equal to Feb month, whatever the growth we have identified, that should be divided by the base month. So for Feb, which is the base month is Jan. So we should take it Jan. And the moment I go for this, my entire formula is ready. But the formula is giving the answer of decimals. And we know we need to convert the data into percentage. So any format to percentage, Control Shift and 5. And immediately this will be ready over here. So this is how we have understood that how to create another column naming called growth percentage. Check. Fine then. Once you are done with this, let's see what else we can do over here. Ideally, when this kind of data is there, suppose say take an example. Suppose somebody asked me, once I complete my month business called Jan, if suppose somebody asked me, Pravas, how much business you made? I will say 1,421 USD, right? Now the same thing when I need to answer after completing my Feb month business, what will be my answer? Whatever my Jan month revenue is there, I will add it along with Feb and I will be stating the answer. Similarly, when I complete March, Jan plus Feb plus March. When I complete April, Jan plus Feb plus March plus April. What do you call this? We call it as a cumulative value or accumulation of the data, or in technical terms, we call it as running total. But when you look at the corporate reports, you should name the proper corporate jargons, naming called YTD, year to till date. So what should be the formula for year to till date calculation? See, as we know, this Jan month is the first month. Of course, the same value is going to be my YTD for the month of Jan. Yes. Now I can take a pretty formula over here equal to Jan month revenue. Now, when I go to Feb, what should be the formula? Equal to Jan month YTD, the above cell, plus current month revenue, that is Feb month revenue. Is it giving me the cumulative value? So for 1421 plus 4242, when you select, is it giving 5663? Just check it out. over here. This is showing minimum. I can go for some. So this is showing 5663. Yes, of course. Now, once I got these things ready, the same I can apply for others also. I can select and Control D to fill down. Now, how will I know that I'm in the right track? So when I go to my December month YTD, is it matching with my revenue column total over here? Yes. So we are in the right track. So this is how people we have understood. We can create one more column naming called YTD. So please confirm you got this column ready. Here, I believe YTD, whatever we did, anybody still struggling, not getting the answer? Great. Thank you so much for your response. Now, as we discussed, YTD in terms of billions, millions, lakhs, crores, maybe my immediate boss would be happy watching the same. But when I'm presenting my data to the management, of course, they are looking for the same YTD, but that should be in terms of percentage. So let's go and create one more column, naming called YTD percentage calculation. Okay. Now, how to just get this done, or what should be the formula? Just see the beauty. Select your YTD column data range completely. Okay. And here, first try to understand. Like the way we took our Jan month revenue is nothing but YTD for the month of Jan. Similarly, can we take Jan month revenue percentage as YTD percentage? Yep. So Jan month revenue percentage, can we take that as revenue percentage or YTD percentage? Same thing. Similarly, when I go to our Feb month, whatever my Jan month YTD percentage, I can add Feb month revenue percentage over there, and then I can make a cumulative value over here, right? So to do all these things, simple. What we can do, go for Control R to fill right. Control R to fill right. Okay. And how to check whether we are in the right track? Going to our December month YTD percentage, is it matching with my total revenue percentage column? So we are in the right track. All right. So I believe this is working. Any doubt, any queries? So are you good with our data presentation, whatever the formulas, functions we have taken? Just imagine, we had only two columns, but this much of task is pending. So this is not just confined to accounts, finance, production planning, wherever, whichever the department you are working with, all these calculations needed. So these are nothing but our mere statistical calculations. And once this is done, then keep your cursor anywhere in the data and go for Control A. Remember one thing, whenever you have got multiple columns of the data in Google Sheet or Excel anywhere, then ensure that you are giving a feel of a table over there by simply going for our all borders, applying all borders. So Excel, we have option Alt HBA. So if it is also compatible, it will work. Else you can go to this ribbon menu options of your menu options, and there you can go for all borders also. Choice is yours. This is the first thing we should do. Now, when you have multiple columns, remember the first column should be always aligned to the left. First column should be always aligned to the left because that is what the latest style of our data presentation. Now, rest of the columns, whatever the data we have, it should be aligned to the center. And to make it center again, we have got Alt H A C in Excel. The same, if you are not having or working over here, you can simply go for the menu command and here you can make it center. So this is how we have got a basic understanding how to make our data more informative and how to make it a bit of presentable over there in Google Sheet whenever you are working with. Any doubt, any queries in our data presentation sheet, people? You can ask me. All right, so now let's go for our next sheet. Okay, numbers should also be aligned to the center. Yep, numbers also aligned to the center only. Numbers should be center, Reshma. See, by default, number, it goes to right. When you type something over here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes automatically to the right side. This is the default nature of our data because this is a number format. Now, when you type a text, suppose say I go for EX, CEL, it is always inclining to the left because this is a text. Okay, but the ideal presentation we are discussing about what is the latest style. So what is the meaning by latest style? When you see the presentations of your big fours, or if you go to the Bain and Company, McKinsey and Co, and the Boston Consulting Group presentations, you'll be finding this is how the latest style it brings it up. And that looks good. All right, so now we'll go for our next sheet, people, naming called date calculation again. So here, let me take you through the data, what we have with us. Say, take an example. We have got some employee codes. Assume that these are the employees working in my department, and I have got their date of joining with me. My boss is asking me, Pravas, why don't you get the employee's experience and submit this report to the management? So employee's date of joining is there. I need to find out that experience as on date in our company, and I need to populate this entire report, and you need to send it across to the management. So if this is the case, then how to deal with? So again, here people, they have got different choices. People go for different formulas. But I would suggest you, if you want to bring with accuracy, then there is only one way out. What you can do is you can go for a simple formula. In our Google Sheet, we have naming called date diff. So this formula is available in the open level or open end from Google Sheet. But whereas in Microsoft Excel, this formula is in the hidden state. There is a difference again. So date diff, spelling mistake should not do, DATEDIF. It demands me the start date. Yes, I do have start date, comma, it demands me the end date. So when you talk about end date, still the date of joining, till what date you are going to calculate? Till today. And to make our end date, to generate our today's date, we have a ready-made formula in our Google Sheet naming called today. So today is the default function, and the basic job is to generate today's date from your system. And then taking that, it demands me the unit. So we are computing the difference in terms of year. So for the time being, take the blank cell above to the text, the year, and then bracket close. Now this is how we have understood how to write our date diff formula. But the moment I hit enter, this gives me the result as an error. Reason we know, Out of the three inputs, only two inputs have been given. Third input is still missing. So to represent our year, as we discussed already, what is the standard date format we follow? DDMMYY or MMDDYY. So D stands for day, M stands for month, Y stands for year. To represent our year, just go for only Y. And the moment you hit enter, can you see the result is on? So this is how we have understood over here how to write our date diff formula. Okay, so just check it out. Is it working, the formula? Fine then. Thank you so much. Over here, let's go for our same thing. Make a practice. Over here, finding the calculation for month and day also. Okay. Now here, don't copy paste the formula. Don't drag the formula. Like for year, we have used Y. For month, we can use M. Okay. And similarly for day, we can use D. Now, let's go for doing a hands-on practice. What we can do equal to date diff, bracket open, taking the data from start date, comma, over here as end date is today's formula, and then we can go for comma, going for our month operator. We got the result. Similarly, we go for day also equal to date diff, open the bracket, start date, comma, end date is today's date, and then going for D over here, right? So this is how we got the result, not a problem. But the problem is, can we express someone's experience in this format? Like 18 years, 222 months, 6,775 days. Not, this is not right. So what is this results about? These are nothing but individual component-wise differences. Year-wise 18, month-wise 222, and day-wise 6,775. But our requirement is something different. When we go and combine year, month, and days, it should give me the entire difference. Or the other way, if you discuss the month column, there are 222 months are there. Perfect. But in this, we know one thing. Whenever number of month reaches to 12, it becomes 1 year. So how many complete years are there in 220 months over here we need to discuss. So to get that, what we do exactly, we go for simple basic mathematics, taking the number of months divided by 12. So it gives me 18.5. It means 18 complete years are there and the balance leftover months over here. So 18 complete years should be taken to 18 years. That cannot be ever expressed in the month category, right? And just to make it happen, to remove the complete years out of the month calculation, go to our Excel operator and there you go for YM. So YM stands for year to month, the incomplete month in a complete year. This is also predefined by our Excel or in the spreadsheet or Google Sheet as well. Similarly, for day also, we can go for MD, month to date, the incomplete days in a complete month, and the result is on. So this is now brings me a perfect expression. What is that? 18 years, 6 months, and 20 days. All right. So this is how we have understood how this date diff works. What is the usage of Y stands for year, YM year to month, MD month to date. Check it out. Are you getting the same answer? So anybody is not clear, not getting the answer, or any logic is not clear for you, you can ask me questions. Fine then. Now we know one thing, when the formula is ready over for a particular cell, the same we can apply for others also. So I told you we can select the cells and we can go for control D. Now what happens? Our problem starts. Except the first one, rest of the cases it is throwing error. And why it is throwing error? Because the moment you keep your cursor in the first error value and look at the formula, what it demands, what it says, like when I copy this formula towards down, my B6 going to B7, that moment is okay. But again, when I'm looking at my Excel operator, what is happening? Instead of C4, this is also moving to C5, and there the problem starts. So though B6 is moving to B7, but C4 should not move to C5, right? So to make it happen, what we can do, ideally, we prefer to go for over here. Going to our solution area, C4 should not move down. We should lock it. And the moment we go for this same formula, I can apply for others. And my formula is rectified. Similarly, if I go for month, D4 should not move down. I should lock it over there, D4, right? And then same we can apply for others, Control D. Again, going to our day, we should not get E4 to move down, lock it. Then same formula we can apply for this, Control D. So this is how we have understood how to rectify this formula over there by locking the cells. And why it is needed? Because the reference cell, that is C4, should not move down. That's why we have locked. And this is what we have already discussed in our small and large formula also, isn't it? So all of you are getting the answer. Is it clear what we did? So now I would like to ask you a question. Ask you a question. Being a user, whatever we have done, are you happy with that? Okay, no one is saying fine. Yes. How about others? Rita is also saying yes. Very good. Fine then. No problem. Again, I'm putting my question very precisely. Stay focused. Going to each and every column, editing the formula for three different columns, three different times, three different types of locking. Are you comfortable doing the same? So when you are not comfortable, do you ever believe that Google Sheet is ever recommends for that? No. So this is what we have developed the practice, or the people who have taught us, we are going to follow the same, and that's why we are consuming a lot of time. So what we did basically, people over here, what we did, we are not supposed to do like that. Okay. So how to make some improvements on this? Do one thing. Just select everything, whatever we have created, delete the same. In that yellow colored cells, delete everything. Okay. Now, what should be the formula? Just watch my screen for a minute. I will take the formula equal to date div open bracket. It demands me start date. I will take it and I will wait. Just watch my screen. The moment I copy this formula towards down, this cell should move down one by one, like B7, B8, B9, B10, and so on. So when you look at the moment, what is happening? Which one sounds common? B6, B7, B8, B9, B10. B sounds common. It means my data is not restricted to a cell, it's moving, but it's moving within column B. So when data is moving within a column, instead of locking the cell, you should lock the column only. And to lock the column only, we need to bring the dollar symbol before column. And to bring the dollar symbol before column, we need to hit our F4 key 3 times. So hitting our F4 key thrice, this is going to make me a dollar symbol applicable only before column, and that makes your column lock or column constant or column freeze. What does it mean by column constant? See, when I copy this formula towards right, B6 will never go to C6 since column is locked. When I copy this formula towards down, B6 will definitely go to B7 because row is free. So this is what the setup we have given, making it as start date column lock. Then we go for next end date today formula. This doesn't need any kind of locking because the default nature of today formula is to generate today's date wherever it goes, whichever the cell you type, this is going to generate only today's date. Now, comma. What's the unit? Unit is nothing but our Excel operator in the top. Now, this cell should not move down. C4 should not move down. But when I copy this formula towards right, C4 should go to D4 over there for month calculation. D4 should go further to E4 for date calculation. So there is a movement. C4, D4, E4. Which one sounds common? Is the 4. What is 4? 4 is the row. So we have understood our data is not restricted to a cell. It's moving, but it's moving within a row. So when data is moving within a row, we have to bring the dollar symbol before row number. And to lock the row, bring the dollar symbol before row number, we need to hit our F4 key 2 times. So this is what the setup it was missing. Now we have provided bracket close, and this makes our row lock or row constant or row freeze. Now I hit the formula, enter. Now the same I can select towards my down and towards my right. Control D to fill down, Control R to fill right. So see how beautiful it is now. With one shot, entire columns or rows, whatever I have, it's ready. So this is how people, whenever there is a need to compute the difference between two setup of dates, you should go for the formula in this pattern. Or whenever you have got multiple columns, you need to populate the formula. You have to depend upon the cell movements. You have to lock the cells, you can say. Yes, that's perfect. So this is how, whenever you are designing the templates and all, you should design or customize the formula in this pattern. I believe this is working. Any doubt, any queries, anybody is not getting the answer, otherwise, you can ask me, take my help. Thanks, Vivek. So I got two confirmation. How about others people? Could you please help me out with your response so that I can proceed? All right. So let's go for our next people over here. Is about the sheet name called filter hacks. So one thing I would like to tell you, if you are in Microsoft Office 365, then you are blessed. There are certain beautiful formulas, functions. It is available to make your life easy if you go for Microsoft Excel 365. But right now in Google Sheet also, they have made it more compatible with Microsoft 365, and they have got many more beautiful formulas, and that will be very, very helpful while designing the dashboards. So let's see now how to make use of this first of all. See on my screen, I have got a database of the employees, like date of joining, department name, employee name, and the salary they draw. Complete picture is there. Now this is for the entire organization. Now what I would like to do is I want to create a beautiful dashboard and I want to present it effectively. And there, on a click of button, everything should be available. In that case, how to present it, how to create a beautiful dashboards. So first of all, when you go for the dashboards, it has got the common fields like some drop downs, and based on the drop down, some tabular data will be expressed. All right. Now here, suppose say I would like to know how many departments or what are the departments I have. Ideally, what we prefer to do, we select our entire department column, we keep it separate, we remove the duplicates, all this exercise we do, isn't it? But right now, there's no more such kind of scenario. We have to go for it. There is a beautiful formula in our Google Sheet. We have naming called unique. Naming called unique. What it demands that in the range, whatever the data we have in that range, whatever the unique data is there, if it is duplicate, that is, it will going to ignore. Only the unique data will be available. If it is, then it will be displayed on the screen. Very beautiful formula, very simple. You can make use of that. Okay, this is called unique. Please try this and check. Are you getting your all the department names, individual unique department names? Right. Now see, another beauty of Google Sheet functions is you can have open-end references. Open-end references. What is the meaning by that? Now take a look. Suppose say this is what the formula I have of our unique. Okay. Now tomorrow, if I got another data records or any other department data I'm populating, how to make it dynamic? So here, instead of restricting my data to 99 cell, I can just simply keep it up to column B. So this is called open-end references. And it is very easy in Google Sheet, but whereas in Microsoft Excel, you have to type it manually. So now I keep this reference open over here. And the moment I go for this, now the data is ready. Now tomorrow, when I go and type any other department data, say, take an example, in this data, I go to another department name called safety. And if I go for it, the safety data, now safety data is ready, no doubt. Now, do you see that safety also will be coming up over here as a department? So this is called your dynamic reference, keeping the open-end references. You can always make your data dynamic, and it's pretty easy in Google Sheet. All right. So this is called open-end reference of data. Fine. Now, once I have done with this, suppose say I want to create a drop-down list. So how to create a drop-down list? Again, in Google Sheet, the drop-down list is far way better from Microsoft Excel. What is the beauty of Google Sheet drop-downs is, I'll tell you over here. First of all, you can treat this as a searchable drop-down. Suppose you have got many more parameters in the drop-down list. By simply giving the keywords, it will be making it as a searchable drop-down. Take a look how to create first a drop-down. I'll go to my another cell or another column over here, and I will be populating a drop down. For that, I should go for data. Yeah, any questions? Yeah, data validation. That's right. So going to data over here, data validation. And when you go for the data validation, it asks me for add rule. So I'll go for add rule over here, and there's an option over here, apply to range. So which range I should go for in this? So this is what the data range. Now drop down. I don't want to go for drop down. I want to go for drop down from a range. So when I go for drop down from a range, then this is what the range I need to take it in the boss. So this is what the range I would like to go for over here. Okay. I should go for this. Now click OK. Now can you see this is what giving me the options to format even my buttons. To give a lucrative button feel, I can format each and every variables out of this. So I would like to go for over here, then marketing, something different, R&D, something different, customer support, something different, and accounting also something different. I can go for it. So this kind of beautiful eye-catchy buttons in the drop-down, you can create it. And the moment you go for done, and over here, close this window, your drop-down is ready. Can you see? Looks great, looks meaningful, beautiful also. And as I told you, the beauty is, suppose say you want to go for only over here, suppose A. Can you see whatever the department names are there, starting with a letter, this is automatically turning off. So this is called, it is acting like a searchable drop-down box. So this is how we have understood how to create a drop-down list. All right. So kindly confirm, give it a try, and confirm that you got your drop-down list ready. Yes, Ritesh, going to the data, going for data validation. But before that, keep your cursor in a blank cell and then go for this operation. And once you go for data validation, it will take you to your data validation rule. Go for add rule. And then there is a below called criteria. In this criteria box, go for drop down with from range. Drop down from a range. And range, you can select that unique column list. If you select, you can select unique column list over here by going to the range box. And you can select something like this. And once it is ready, then you can pick up all the drop downs. Say, take an example over here. I have selected my drop downs will be ready, and you can individually color each and every drop downs. So that's what we have the beauty in Google Sheet. Whereas in Microsoft Excel, it doesn't have the facility to format your drop down variables. And then you can go for done. Automatically, the drop down will be ready. All right. So I believe everybody is clear with our data validation. Any doubt, any queries, or anybody is not getting such kind of drop down? If you need my support also, you can do let me know. Now, once we have done with this, the next step of ours for our dashboard purpose, just do one thing. Yeah, thank you so much for your response. See, over here, I could take this department, employee name, and salary, these three column headers I'm taking, copy that, and over here, paste it. Department, employee name, salary. Okay. Now here, keep your cursor below to the department header name. There you go for one function in our Google Sheet, naming called filter. Naming called filter. This function is also available in Microsoft Excel, but only if you are there in 2019 and above, not earlier. So it is asking me range, what you want to filter exactly. So we'll take, starting from first department till enter salary, we'll be taking this as the filter range. Okay. Now here, the moment I go for this, then it demands me condition. So what's the condition? The condition is nothing but taking over there is our drop down list cell equal to. So since we are creating the drop down for department, I need to go and search in the department column. So I'll be taking the entire range of the department over here. And then the moment I hit close bracket and enter, this is going to take my data. But here what is happening? It is throwing some kind of error. Now why it is throwing an error? Let's go and discuss. Now B4 to D99, of course, I did not lock it. Let's go for that. And over here, the moment I go for this, is there anything extra space? No. F4 to B99? Yes, we'll go for that. And this also range, I should lock it. Now, F4 cell, this cell should not move down because all the time this department cell only I have to pick it up. So this cell also I need to lock it. So this is how the moment I have done all the references range logged and the moment I hit enter, can you see over here, nothing comes up because we have not yet selected any drop down. So go to the drop down and choose any department, say admin, all the admin records will be there immediately. If you go and choose finance, all the finance records will be available. If you go for over here, research and development, all the research and development data will be available. So this is how people, you can make a simple drop down list and based on that, you can go for the filter operation of the formula and get your result in dynamic way. So go for this filter function. Is it working? Check it out. Any difficulties, do let me know. This will be very, very helpful for your dashboard designing and all in Google Sheets. All right, so Krishnamurti has confirmed he is getting the results fine. How about others? Anybody needs my support? Just one time exercise you do in training program people. You need to practice all these things, but one time just get success in the training itself at least. All right. So I consider everybody is clear with how to create a drop-down list by taking the unique formula and unique list over there. And once the drop-down list is ready, how to connect with our filter operation or filter function so that you can make your things dynamic. Now I'm going to take it to the next level again. Now suppose say this is what I have prepared and presented over here, but my boss is immediately asking, Prabhas, why don't you get the total salary also? Well, to get your total salary over here, keep your cursor above to the salary cell and go for a formula naming called subtotal. Go for a formula naming called subtotal. And when you go for the subtotal, you see there are option called function code. So this formula is really very powerful, but bit peculiar also. So what kind of function I should go for code? In Excel, it will be visible, like you'll be getting some functions in two categories. But here, if I want to go for a function, I need to go and explore this again. I need to go and expand, and then I should go for the learn more. And I will tell you what is the formula stating. Just see. One is average. So one is the number, default is given to average. Similarly, count 2, count a 3, like that the function 1 to 11, it is there. Then another range will be also there called your 101 to 111 also. So now we are going to use the function number called 9. Function number called 9 because we want to go for a sum. Okay. So now here in our formula, if I go for 9, so I am giving the result for sum. But where to apply your sum function? Like taking our data, that is our first cell over there in the range. So what is the first cell over here is nothing but my I column. So this is of I5, isn't it? So I'll go for this formula over here and then I'll go for I5. And then what I'll do, I will take again the entire column by keeping it open in reference because how much row items I'm going to get, I'm not sure about this. R&D maybe 10 records, finance maybe 20 records, admin maybe 50 records. But irrespective of the number of records, it should give me the result. Well, if that is the case, then I should log this also if it is needed. Now this is giving me again open references, so I'll go for column I only. Fine. Now bracket close, and the moment I go for this, this is going to give the result to make it more dynamic even. So I'll be getting the total salary also from that department. So R&D, instead of that, I would like to go for customer support. So this is the total salary of customer support over here, right? Now, similarly, if I go for suppose say finance records, I'll be getting all the details of finance. So this is about finance records. So this is how people, you can add a subtotal formula, even you can get a total with the same data. But we are presenting something different with more dynamic way, and people will love to see it. Just check it out. So this filter hack cell, whatever the sheets we discussed in this, I believe it's clear, working fine for everyone. Any confusion or it's not working? Anybody needs my support? You can ask me, people. So is it helpful to create a dashboard? How to get it? Because Excel, we can do a lot of things better over there compared to our dashboard over here. But in Google Sheet, we do have some different functions which you can use for creating a dashboard. And I was telling about the subtotal formula. The moment you go for Excel, subtotal formula will be giving such results. Like if you go for equal to subtotal, then immediately same thing, like one is average and two is count, like that, it will be showing these results. Whereas in Google Sheet, we have to go and explore more. If you do not remember all this function number there, you have to explore more. And same thing also you'll be getting over there. So everyone is clear? Can I take that? We are done with our filter hack sheet. All right. Now I'll take you through another function over here, the most important function of our any spreadsheet application, naming called VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So anybody who is not aware of VLOOKUP, Sandeep, just take 1 minute of time. There's a mandate things from the LND. Like if you are leaving the meeting room, please fill the feedback form and submit it. I would request you. And then you can leave the meeting room if you have some commitments. I do understand.
All right, Prakash. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
thank you so much. All right, people. So anybody who is not aware of what is VLOOKUP, please feel free to drop me a message. Do not know, because if you do not know, I can explain. If you know, we can skip the topic. That's the only reason why I'm asking. Okay, do not know. Naman is saying do not know. Arpit is saying do not know. Anybody else? Feel free. See, no one is inborn intelligent. People comes to know about this with someone's guidance or own experience. Okay, so don't worry. Don't feel free to ask so that I can help you out. All right. Anyway, so those who are not aware of some of our friends, they are not aware. Please stay focused. V lookup. Basically, V stands for vertical lookup. So whenever you would like to search your records in a huge volume of data, then you have to use this formula called VLOOKUP. Like say, I have got employee code, but I do not have the rest of the details about the employee name, date of joining, what is it, email ID, phone number, PAN number, Aadhaar card number. I don't have any idea what is it. So I need to definitely search in the master database of the employees. So how will you search there? You will just take copy that and you will go and try to filter out. You want to go for Control F and you paste your data. And once that line item is matched, if you have the data, you will simply copy and paste. This is how we do manually. The same thing VLOOKUP does. What you do manually, VLOOKUP does the same. Take a look. We have a master data over here. Suppose say I want to purchase a laptop. And I have seen many more brands my friends and my colleagues are just using. So I have seen them.
Prakash, sorry to interrupt you in between, but the link you have shared is not working correctly. It's not taking the proper responses right now.
Not responding. Just hold on, please. Let me see. Is showing some kind of error?
But let me check once again.
Yeah, please.
This is showing this form is currently not accepting responses right now.
Okay. Let me see. Now just check it out. Is it working?
Let me check.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhat, this is working.
Okay.
This
Please
link is
great.
working.
Yeah. Please great. Go ahead. All right, people. Those who are not
Thank
aware
you.
of VLOOKUP, yeah, please stay focused on my screen. No need to do anything for the next 2 minutes. See, if I have to just look for certain brands, I have made a list of brands. Now I have asked one vendor to give a catalog. So vendor has given a catalog to me. This is my vendor's catalog. Now in my list, I need to populate the rates while looking at the vendor's catalog. So what we do, forget about Google Sheet, Excel or anything. Manually, if you would like to do, how will you do that? What we do first, we go to first brand, yes sir, we'll take that and we'll check. Is it there over here in the vendor's catalog? If yes, what is the rate? 22,000. So we'll come back to our rate column and we'll populate over here as 22,000. So this is how we got Acer value, right? Do you agree? Yes, Naman, Arpit, and Subhadeep. This is how we do. Do you agree? Yes. Now, once we found the value of Acer, second, we have got Apple. We'll take that again. And again, we'll go and check in the vendor's catalog. Apple is there? Yes. How much is the price? 45,000. Again, we'll come back and we'll just update the records like this. So this is how we'll be doing if we have to do the job manually. Now, the same thing, when you ask Google Sheet to do the job for you, Google Sheet will be taking the help of VLOOKUP. So simple funda, whatever we did manually, same thing does by VLOOKUP. Okay, how to write, I'll help you, don't worry. Start working with me. So when you go for is equal to VLOOKUP, yes, start working with me. This is asking me search key, means what you have with you to search. जैसे हमने manually काम शुरू किया था, the way we did, well, we have looked at in our list. What is the first brand? Acer. So this is nothing but our search key. In Excel, it takes as a lookup value. Same thing. Now, what is that range where you looked at, where you are going to search? We are going to search in the vendor's catalog. This is our range key. Now, what is the meaning? It is asking index. So it is nothing but in this border area, how many columns are there? So in this border area, we have got two columns. And how you read your data? Always from left to right. What is the first column? Is the brand. What is the second column? Is the rate. Out of these two columns, which column is already there with you? Brand is already there with you. Which column you are looking for the answer? Rate. And rate is in which column? Second. So this is nothing but index. So how to compute that index number? Did you get this answer? Yes. Now, comma is sorted. So data, if it is sorted or not sorted, this is a optional key. But yes, what we would like to make is if I am looking for Acer, ACER, if at all is there in the vendor's catalog ACER, then only the corresponding value it should be populated. So we should go for 0. Stands for exact match. So I'm making it a uniform across all the spreadsheet, not only with Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet or OpenOffice or LibreOffice or Kingsoft Office. Whichever the spreadsheet application you do, always go for 0. 0 stands for exact match. So what's the meaning by exact match? If the search key, the lookup value, if it is having the same in the master data or in our table array, then only it should pick the value from column index number 2 or index number 2. For that, we are making as exact match. So 0 stands for our exact match. So this 0, what we're talking about, is nothing but exact match. So what is exactly to be matched? This Acer and this Acer. There should not be any spelling mistakes also. Here A is missing or R is missing. This is not going to make it happen. That's called exact match. And once you get it, can you see? Our Google Sheet is smart enough to get the answer. So this is what the beauty of Google Sheet, as I told you, it shows immediately me the answer. So I'm in the right track. That's why I'm getting the answer also, isn't it? So now once it is done, formula is ready. Now the same we can apply for others also. We can go for it. But the problem is some cases I'm not getting the answer. Where? Dell, Samsung, Toshiba. Why only in these three cases? Is it not there anywhere in the master data? Yes, it is there very well. But the problem is when you go to Dell, what happens? When you copy paste the formula towards down, my table array is also moving down. My index column or my array column is also moving down, right? So this is what the trouble. And though I am looking for Acer or Toshiba, it has to always search starting from Samsung, ending up with 45. And to make it happen, what you can do? We can simply go for this C3 to D13, whatever the range. This range should not move down. For that, we should lock it by hitting F4 key. Now, formula is ready only for a cell. Same we can apply for others, Control D, and things are ready. So this is how to apply VLOOKUP. We got the answer over there. So give it a try and check, is it working for all of you, those who are not aware of what is VLOOKUP and the first time. Any questions, feel free to ask, because this is one of the essential formula in our routine activities, people. So Kaushik, in two sheets in the same Google Sheet or two sheets of two different Google Sheet file you are talking about? Okay. If it is of two different sheets you are talking about, first, just see. So take an example. I am looking for some specific brands, the rates. Suppose say I copy this data over here. I go to my date calculation sheet. I am pasting it. Now suppose say I am looking for the rates for those. Now, what I can do, I can go for simple VLOOKUP, taking the search key over there and going to the lookup sheet. This is my master data. I can select, and from there, I can lock it. So can you see my formula is visible in the formula bar? So I should not go back. I should not go back. I should keep continuing from this range. So I should lock it. Yes, comma. Now index key. Which column I have the rates in the second column in the range? Yes, I'll go for second column, comma. What kind of match? Going for 0, that is called data is sorted. This is nothing but exact match. Now, if I want to hit enter, I got the records. Now the same I can apply for others. Okay. So this is between two different sheets in the same Google Sheet file. Hope it is clear. Right. Now between two different files of G sheets, how to operate. Same thing I'm taking over here. Okay. Control C. I have got the data in lookup sheet, no doubt. Now I'll go for another Google Sheet. So I'll go for sheets.new, and there I'm going to operate. I'm going to operate over here, and I'm going to get the rates over here. So these are two different sheets. Now this is a new Google spreadsheet or Google Sheet, and this is my existing over here. So now in this case, we have to little bit face the challenge. In Excel, it is pretty easy, but in Google Sheet, we have to struggle. Not struggle exactly, it's at a different procedure. So what is the first procedure is, Google Sheet doesn't have the relationship between two different G sheets. So first of all, we need to take a reference and we need to create a connections and bridge between these two different worksheets or Google Sheets. But how to do that? Let me take you through. So first of all, I need to go for another formula over here called import range. Okay, there is a formula called import range. There is a new formula over there. And this is, we call it as a web functions also sometimes. So what you need to do, first of all, we need to go back to the parent sheet where the data is there. And each and every Google sheet, they will be having their own address. And what is that address? Just see. It starts from, just hold on. Oh, just going over here. Yeah. So I'll take this over here. See, in this, the address it starts from after D, one slash is there. The address starts from over here, and I will keep selecting till you get another slash. So this is your address of this Google Sheet file. Okay, I need to copy that. Once I copy this, then I'll go to the other Google Sheet and there I'll go for a formula called import range. And when I go for this import range over there, then it demands me over here. What is that URL? So URL always has to be defined within two double inverted quotes. So I'll paste it and over here. Now, how to go to that particular Excel sheet? Because you need to follow the proper hierarchy. So hierarchy in the sense, first we have gone to that file with the address. Now in that file, there are so many sheets. So I need to go to the sheet name called lookup. So when I would like to go for the sheet name called lookup, again, I'll go for over here, lookup. Okay. Now in that sheet, I need to go for a particular specific data range. So any sheet, whenever you have the address, the default pattern is there should be exclamatory mark and the range is over here, say C3 to D13, D14, whatever I have taken. Now I have closed the bracket. Now what will be happening over here if I go for this? Now this is going to load me the data. So this is what the import range, it is working fine and this has got the data. Now I have established a relationship. Now what I need to do is over here, starting from this employee or import range, starting from import range till the close bracket, I need to select. Okay, I need to copy that. And once I copy this, then I come back to my VLOOKUP formula. See the beauty is equal to VLOOKUP search key. What in the left, comma, range, where it is. This is what the formula you have to paste. Now, which column? That is the index number 2, comma, what kind of match sorted? Yes. Once it is ready, you got the answer. So now you can go and delete this. This is not going to create any impact and you got the answer. So this is how between two different sheets or two different G sheet file, how to apply VLOOKUP, we got the answer. All right. So here the primary role it is playing called import range, Kaushik. So that you have to just be careful while choosing the address. Yes. So this import range formula, you have to be very careful while choosing, nothing else. Yes, Abhishek, you can share your screen. I can guide you where you are missing anything.
Pravas, can you please show the import range formula one?
Yeah, again, I'm saying that's what I'm asking. If you can share your screen, I can guide you in a better format.
Okay.
All right. So any of our friends would mind helping Abhishek, Kaushik, or Rituparno? Any of you would be interested? Okay, no problem. So do one thing, open a new sheet. Did you open a new Google Sheet? Right. Go to the other sheet, what we have with us, where the primary data is there. That lookup, the parent file. what we are discussing. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go in the address bar after D1 slash is there. Yeah, from there you go and select till you go for next. Perfect. Copy that. Now come to the other sheet, the new one, and there, yeah, type there is equal to import range, right? Double in, you go to the question mark. Your formula instructions are not visible. Click on the question mark in the left. Yes. Now go for double quote. Start your double quote, double inverted quotes.
Okay.
No, you're going for exclamatory mark, double inverted quotes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now paste that URL. Just copy whatever the address you have copied. Now again, close the double quote,
Okay.
comma. So now we have navigated to that file. Okay. Now within that file, we have got
Mhm.
many more sheets. So we need to go for lookup sheet. So start double quote again
Okay.
and type lookup, lookup. Now we have navigated to the lookup sheet, but any sheet when you navigate, it should contain one as our exclamatory mark. That is our numerical one. We have got exclamatory mark. You have to go and create that. Shift and one. Yes. Now in lookup sheet, which is the range you want to import? So range is our C3 to D14. So C3, just type C3 colon D14. Okay. Now double quote close. Bracket close for import range and enter.
Where is the mistake?
1 minute, it will come. Allow access. Go for allow access. All right, you got the
Okay.
data.
Got it. Got it.
Now you can take care about all the
Yeah.
rest of this. Yeah.
Yes. 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 Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, people. So I believe everybody's clear whatever we discussed about our G sheets today. Okay. So now with this, we'll go for a short break of maximum 10 minutes. In my system, it is 12:07. So dot 12:20 again, we'll catch up with our G slide topics. So anybody is going to just drop from the meeting room, I would suggest please fill the feedback form and then leave the meeting room because this is mandatory as per the LND rules. They have the mandate options because audit point of view, they need that. So I'm dropping that link in the chat box. I request those who are going to drop up from the meeting only fill the feedback form. Else, please be waiting for that. We'll come back again at 12:20 and we'll be discussing our G slide topics also. All right. So I'll come back now. I will be in the mute. I'll be back by 12:20 and we'll discuss rest.
Recording in progress.
All right. So I believe everybody's back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes quickly? Hey, what is stand for D? You mean to say Ritesh, the address bar? It shows the D slash and all. Is it that okay? See, D stands for the directory. It is what the DOS, I mean, disk operating system command. The moment you learn your first level of computer, first people will teach you DOS command, disk operating system. So DOS and Windows are two different things, but DOS is the concept which always go for the hierarchy of the directory. So D stands for directory. Okay. All right. So now people, let's go for our next is called G slide. So again, go to our sample case studies folder. There you'll be having some sample files over there. And there, along with that, two keyboard shortcuts. Also, I have shared the list again for Windows based and the Mac based. Those who are operating with Mac, they can also take the help of this PDF files already there with you. All right. Now, coming back to the G slides. Of course, first of all, the moment you want to compare again with Microsoft PowerPoint and G Slide, I would say Microsoft PowerPoint is far way better than G Slide. But yes, if my organization doesn't permit for that, they have only G Slide, so I have to work with that limited boundaries over them. But anyway, if there is a G Slide to work with, how to deal with that, first of all. So whenever you go for a new G Slides, of course, we can go for slides.new. Fine. So we got a blank presentation ready. So first rename this. Suppose I would like to go for name Flipkart. Okay. Now, whenever you keep working with any G slide, okay, the first thing, maintain the consistency. So what is the meaning by consistency? Like your font size, font style, and alignment of the objects, everything you should maintain consistently over there. And if you have organization logo also to be embedded, you just embed where in the proper location, top right corner, bottom right corner, anywhere you want, you can go for it. But way to customize all such things? Let's discuss that first. See, what you see on the front end, this is called your only one slide, and this is called the text boxes. And towards your right, we have got themes. So if you want to go for some specific themes, you can explore more on this, and you'll be getting a lot of themes. You can take those styles. Now, suppose I want to work with a blank one. Yes, it is there. But this is my front end features. But to maintain some consistency, I would have to go to my backend feature that is called Slide Master or Master Slide. So how to go for our Slide Master? Just see, if I go for the slide menu from the menu ribbon menu toolbar, there is in the slide over here, and we have got an option called Edit Theme. So when I go for Edit Theme, immediately it will take me to the backstage view of my presentation, and there, can you see we have got various layouts are available. So this is my front end, only one slide, but in the back end, a slide master has got many more layouts. So anything you want to customize, you can customize each and every layout over here. Say, take an example. I don't like this font style. I want to change something to different. Suppose say it is of Arial. I want to make it of Century Gothic or Comic Sans MS Tahoma, anything you want, you can do that. So select everything, the entire text, keeping your cursor, Control A, and then going to the font over here. I can make it something, say Tahoma or Vardhana. Suppose I would like to go for Vardhana. So when I go for it with immediate effect, this is going to change the style to Vardhana. I can make it bold. If you wish, you can make it bold even. So let it be. Now I want to change the font color to something else, to different something, say maroon color. Well, I can go for my font color also. We do have an option, text color, and I can change it to maroon. This is done. Now suppose say I want to add my organization logo over here. So how to add it? Going to insert, I can go for image. And if I go for something from my computer, I can go for that. Or if I want to search from something from the web, I can go for it. So I would like to go for search from web. Now I would like to make it over here called G Slide logo. So when I go for G Slide logo, there are many more logos will be turning up. Let me see. Yeah. So whichever you like, suppose I like this logo or this one, whichever you prefer to go for it, you can choose there. Suppose I want to go for the first one. And when I take this over here, there's an option called insert, automatically turns up. Now this is going to be populated in my slide, but the thing is, it is occupying the entire space of the slide. So whenever you have a picture, image, object, anything, do not touch the top, bottom, left, right. Always take the diagonal option and drag it diagonally. Now, once you drag it diagonally, wherever you want to place that object, you can take a call. Suppose I want to place it over here, somewhere in the top right corner. Now I can place it. Now this is what an individual slide, how to customize, we got the understanding. So whatever we did, that is going to be applicable only for this layout. Now suppose say I want to go for other layouts to customize individually, you can customize that. That's not a worry about. But now you can ask me a question, Prabhas, what if I want to place the logo across all the layouts? Well, anything you want to maintain consistently across all the layouts, you must design the same in the theme slide. So the first one is called your theme slide. Rest of things are layouts. So now this logo I want to apply to across all the layouts. I will cut it from here. I'll go to my theme slide. I will paste it. Now, can you see in all the layouts in the top right corner, can you see that logo is embedded? So this is how to customize our slide master or master slide, how to edit the theme slide. We got the basic understanding. So kindly go for this, at least some operations, and confirm you're able to do it. Any difficulties, do let me know. Where to navigate, going to slide and going to theme slide. And once this is done, over here, you can close this window. Okay, so my first slide, you could see a logo is embedded, the color is changed, and the font style also it is changed. All right. So we got our first slide purpose, master slide ready. Now you can type anything over here, the text, suppose say, I would like to go for Flipkart training. And this text box I want to select and delete. So our first slide, we have made it ready, people. Now, let's go to our new slide over here. Suppose say you want to customize whatever the new slide it turns up, how it's supposed to be. So again, you can go to your slide and go for edit theme. Now, suppose that the new slide, I would like to take it something different over here, either this style or this style, whichever the style you like, you can take it over here. Right? Fine. Now, suppose say I would like to take this style. So here, I'll take it bit up. See how to customize all these things. I'm just giving an overview. Again, you can take all this entire text color to be of maroon, and then you want to go for background color or something that you can choose, up to you. It's not a problem. And then rest of things you can go for it. Now I close this, and when I go for a new slide, so any point of time to create or insert a new slide, go for Control M, M for money. That is what to insert a new slide over here. So what's the keyboard shortcut? Control M. It's there in our list of keyboard shortcut also. You can practice that even, not a problem. So Control M to insert a new slide. Same thing in Microsoft PowerPoint also. Now you go and fix your title something. Suppose say I would like to go for working with bullets. Working with bullets. Okay. Now, once you go for this over here, if you are looking for make it bold, Control B, all these operations are there, not a problem. Okay. Now, if I want to go for something called change case, I want to change the letters styles or letters cases. Okay. So here, how to change the case? What you can do again, you can go to our toolbar. Okay. Over here. So we have got different formatting options. You can go for it from this. Then if you want to arrange something, of course, you can go for the arranging the objects over here. This is like your old school of thoughts when you used to do in 2003 and prior to those menu options, the similar fashion. This is called toolbar and you can operate with it. Now, suppose say this is what I would like to change the case. I can select the data completely. Hold on. Control A. Okay. Now in the toolbar, you can go and explore where is my options, say format option, something is there. Let me see. So text fitting, size and rotation, drop shadow. Okay. Just check it out. Do you have change case in the toolbar something? or we can search also change case. So there is no such kind of change case option over here also. So do you see anything from change case from the toolbar, people? Anybody? For the comments, yeah, we'll go for text formatting, strikeouts, clear formatting, bold, italic. Okay, okay. Yes, anybody is exploring that? Would you please just check it out on your screen? So going for our themes, okay, formats, text, we'll go change case something, bold, italic, strikes. Yeah. So here you can go for the capitalization, okay, text, capitalization, lowercase, uppercase, title case. The same thing, actually, we have got Shift F3, one keyboard shortcut where you work in the Microsoft products. Though it is PowerPoint, Outlook, or you have got something say Word also, there is working. But here you have got these options. You have to go for, suppose say lowercase, all the letter into small letter, upper, all the letter into capitals, and title case is nothing but the first letter in capital, rest of things in small letter. So this is how, yeah, no change in the case options. Now, once you go for this, let's see how to present our bullet points effectively any point of time in our G slide. So let's consider something as a bullet point. Okay, what is that? If you go to our sample case studies folder, okay, if you go to our sample case studies folder, there is a tab called bullet points we have. You can open that. So these are my bullet points. Just select all the statements completely. Consider these are our bullet points. Okay. The Word document name is our bullet points. And within that, whatever the statement is there, you can consider these are our bullet points and then copy that and come back to our slide and paste it. Now, what is happening? The font size, everything over here, it's very, very minute. You can increase the font size, all these things you do. So let's see how to do that. Select your entire text over here and any point of time to increase the font size, Control Shift and greater than symbol, you can use it over here and the font size will start increasing. So what's the keyboard shortcut? Same thing for PowerPoint also, Microsoft. Control, it is there in our list. Just check it out. Is it working? No need to make any kind of notes to increase the font size. And the reverse logic to decrease the font size. Control Shift and less than symbol. Right. Now here, one thing I would like to tell you, I believe this keyboard shortcut is working. Control Shift and greater than. Can you please confirm? All right. Now, one thing over here, I would like to tell you, ideally what we do, precisely we go for presenting our bullet points by taking this kind of options, either the dots, Romanic letters, alphabets, numbers, those days are gone. Nowadays, people expect something different. So how to create a beautiful presentation or customizing bullet points differently over here? So any point of time, if you want to customize a picture as a bullet points or you want to precisely present it, what you can do, select your entire text of your bullet points, go to randomly any kind of bullet points, you go for that and just select. No doubt it comes up like this. Now go and select only the bullets. Go and select only the bullets. And now go for right click upon that. So when you go for right click, there's an option called more bullets. More bullets. And when you go for more bullets, there are various bullet styles in two drop downs you will be getting. One is symbol and one is called different types of symbols. So suppose say I want to go for some emojis. Okay, so I'll go and select from the first drop down emoji. There are many more emoji styles will be coming up out of this. Now suppose say I don't want this people and emotion, I want to take something else. So I can go for the other styles, the subcategory. And from there, I would like to go for suppose some symbols. I can go for that. So these are the different symbols you will be getting. Okay. Now suppose say I like one symbol out of this. What is that? Now suppose say this over here, some kind of arrow keys or some kind of settings button or this kind of symbol over here, the radio button, I would like to go for. I have selected. Now, once I selected the same over here, can you see? This has become my bullet point. Suppose I don't like this. I would like to take something else. Instead of these symbols, I want to take some weathers or peoples over here. Say, this is a weather cynics. So I would like to take something else out of this. Yes, I can take this kind of symbols over there. I can take this symbol otherwise. So whichever you like, you can make your present something different over here by taking this kind of symbols over there. And people will love to see your reports. So any point of time you want to customize your bullet points, how to customize the same, we got some ideas. Just check it out. You're able to explore all these things. Selecting all the text, just go for random one bullet style and select all the bullets, right click on that, more bullets, and you can explore. Right. Now, the moment we have done with these people, just always remember one thing. Never ever leave a chance to the audience to comment upon you that you are not having any idea how to use your slide space properly. If you see in the bottom side of our bullet points, we have got enough space. And people will not be liking this when they watch, and they will definitely comment upon that. Why you are not using the space properly? So what you can do for that, because this is the maximum content we have in the slide. So how to utilize the space? What you can do is select all the bullet points and over here, go for right click. Okay, so you have an option called format options. You can go for it. And when you go for format option, so anything for positions or fitting or anything you can go and operate. This is one. Else, you can go to our over here format. Okay, and we have called line and paragraph spacing. You can go for that. So this is about, you can go for single line or 1.5 line or double line, whichever it is suitable to the text box you will be believing, you can take this. And if you want, you can increase the font size and make it exactly giving the feel properly over here. So this is how we have understood how to effectively utilize the bullet points over here. Now, one more thing, when you have the bullet points in place, whenever you are done with your presentation, a particular slide, keep yourself in the audience shoes and look at the same in the presentation mode. So when I go for the presentation mode over here, take a look. When you present the entire information at once, people will not listen to you whenever you want to speak something. So do not ever show your entire information at once to the audience. Always keep your information under your control. But how? So to do the same, what you can do, you can select your entire bullet points. In the toolbar, you have a 3 dots over here, and there's an option called animate. And when you go for this animate option, it will come with a dialog box towards your right side, and one option is showing slide transitions, and the other one is called animation. So we are not going to deal with the transitions because that will be applicable for the entire slide. We don't want such things to happen. We want to just apply to the individual objects. Well, it shows as object animation appear. I don't want to go for that. Suppose I would like to go for something else. So instead of appear, I would like to go for, suppose say anything is there, zoom in, zoom out, try in, okay. Anything more? No. Fine then. So we'll go for, suppose say, appear. Now, how you want to trigger this? It's on click or after previous. So if you want to make it automatic, go for after previous. If you want to keep you under control, go for on click. Now, one more thing, very, very important. Do not forget to select this by paragraph. And once you do this, now when you go for play button and check one by one, this is going to appear on click, right? So this is how, whenever there is a need, how to present our bullet points effectively, we got the basic understanding. And wherever you want to take a pause, you feel that there is a discussion happening and you have to take some time, then no need to be a hurry. You just keep quiet, and once the discussion is over, then go for the next click to next bullet point to appears. So in this format, what is happening? You are keeping your audience engaged with your story, and whatever you speak, the audience has no other option except listening to you. And you are always creating a interest or the curiosity amongst the audience, what's next. So this is how people we have understood how to present our bullet points effectively. Hope it is clear. Just give it a try, check, is it working? Any doubt, you can ask me. All of you able to play around with our bullet points, giving the animation feel? Anybody's needing my support? All right, so now if you want to go for another slide, now go for Control D to create a duplicate slide. Because our any presentations, if you look at the first slide and the last slide, it has to be unique, and rest of intermediate slides has to be uniform. So just to maintain that uniformity, you don't need to go and spend time for recreating the entire things. Just take the duplicate slide, and here now you can change. So now we would like to go for, suppose say, working with our org chart or organization chart or organization diagram, anything you name it. Okay, and you can select this bullet point and you can delete it. So to create an org chart, okay, we have the beautiful options also there in Google Slide, but there is a limitation. But yes, let's go and explore what is that we have. So if I go for over here, insert, then I have got diagram, I have got hierarchy. So when I go for these hierarchy models, you can see in the right side, different hierarchy models are turning up. Now, how many levels you want, that you have to first fix it. Suppose say maximum I would like to go for 5. So all the 5 levels models will be designed over here. Now, colors, it depends what is the theme you want to take it. Suppose I want to go for the green. So all the green colors will be applied for this. Now, suppose say I like one of the design out of this is over here. I click it. Now I can start filling the data. The only challenge over here in Google Slide is if you want to create one more hierarchy, then that will be a trouble. You have to keep creating everything manually. So if I want to go for one more hierarchy in the right side, I cannot go for immediate to create this. So I have to just resize everything. I have to push this everything to the left. I have to create enough space from the right side, and I have to keep creating. That is the only challenge in Gslide. But whereas in our PowerPoint, we have got beautiful options where you can keep customizing multiple hierarchies also there. Okay, so that's the difference. But yes, ready-made models we have, you can always take the help of that. Hope it is working, how to explore this org chart or where is the hierarchy options. Would you like to see once glance in the PowerPoint how to make it more even better? If your interest is there, I will tell you. All right, just watch my screen since you have shown the interest. See, in PowerPoint, why it is more helpful working in PowerPoint in this, I'll tell you. We can go to insert, we can go to smart art, we can go for same hierarchy, we can go for the basic models. Now, if you like any models out of this, you can do that over here, not a problem. Now, when I go for this over here, suppose a basic model, I'm going for it. Okay, the sketch is ready. And whatever I need to type anything, I can keep typing. Say, my topmost official is MD, one executive assistant is there, then there are 3 people reporting to my MD, CMO, and CFO. Now you can ask me a question, Pravas, what if I need to create one more hierarchy? There are 2 people reporting to my CMO. So I can keep my cursor in the text pane box. This box is called text pane box. I can hit enter once, twice. Now 2 boxes are generated. I can keep typing the text first, VP and senior GM. Now these 2 people are reporting to MD, it seems as if, but technically they are reporting to CMO. So what I can do, I can select VP and senior GM. I can hit the tab button and immediately it goes to the next level, but it is showing in the vertical format. So uniformity is not there. What I can do is simply, I can go to CMO box. And since these 2 guys are reporting to CMO, I have to select CMO box. And there in the smarter design, we have a beautiful option in the layout called standard. And when I go for standard, this is how the structure works. So this is how any number of hierarchy you want to create, you can keep creating from the text pane box. So that's what the beauty of Microsoft PowerPoint hierarchy models or the org charts. Okay. So here it is static. If you go to our Google Sheets or Google Slides, it is static. You can't go and address it in dynamic way. You have to always keep working with that. But here in PowerPoint, you can do that. The models, you can create that. Hope you got the clarity. All right. So this is how the ready-made diagrams, how to make use of that. We got the basic understanding. Now we'll go for over here, one more Control D. And then what you can do, we can go for over here, working with our charts, not all charts we have done, working with our chart. So whenever you want to prepare a chart over there in our Google Sheet, what is happening? Here, it will always depend upon the Google Sheets. Yes, Krishnamurti, that is always there. You can design, but you can't have that flavor of your smart art styles. Once it is ready, you can copy and paste it over here, not a problem. So take an example, since we have got the data. Over here, I close this, I'll do all my buttons resize. I can select this, copy that, come back to our Gslide and paste it. We got it. But again, this will become static. You can't dynamically present it the way we go for it. You can do simple copy paste, no need to go for import slides and all. That will be taking a long process. All right, so option is there, not a problem. Now coming back to working with our charts. Okay, so as I told you, when you want to plot a graph or chart in Google Slide, it always depends upon our Google Sheets. So take a look, suppose say I want to go for insert chart over here. And if I want to go for a column chart, what is happening? Immediately a chart is being plotted. But where is the data for this chart? Where is the source data? The source data is always in a Google Sheet. Yes, Ritesh, what's the question? Copy design from Office 365 to Google. Well, see, design, what kind of design you are talking about? You mean to say this design style, theme styles? This theme styles you want to bring it, you are talking about? No. If you bring it also, the color graphics will be changing because those formatting patterns will not be matching with over here. And Google slide formatting patterns will not be matching with our PowerPoint slide matching. So there will be an impair of our quality in terms of formatting patterns. colorful graphics, or RGB combinations. But the charts, yes, you can copy the charts and paste it directly the way we did the org chart also. You can do that, not a problem. All right. So now over here, this chart in Google Slide, as I told you, it depends upon always a Google Sheet to store the data. So how to navigate this? Just see. There is a three dots over here in the chart. I go for open source and one Google Sheet, which is storing my data in the backend. It will be showing on the screen. So this is the chart. This is my Google Sheet. Anything I want to navigate, modify, alter, change with regard to the chart, I have to do it in the Google Sheet only. Now, suppose say this is the chart I have. Okay. What I want to do is over here, I just don't want to have this period 1, period 2 over here. I just want to have only one column. So this column, I can just keep it and only one column over here. Now I want to sort my data based on these two columns. I want to sort my data. Well, I can go for over here. Okay. Sorting the data sorting. So sort for a range. And we'll go for column B over here. And this is what column B. And I'll go for over here, sort data as header row. Yes. And instead of period 1, perfect. So I'll go for A to Z. So instead of Z to A, and I'll go for sort. So the top one in the top and the bottom one in the bottom. So the highest in the top and the lowest one in the bottom. So it will be creating a beautiful story, something like this. Now, if I do not like this chart, okay, I want to do something different. Suppose I want to change the colors. So anything you want to edit with regard to chart, again, you have to do the same in Google Sheet only. There is a three dots over here. Now, suppose say I want to add the data label. So I can go for edit the chart. So any point of time you want to change the chart type, you have to go for the setup window. And anything you want to customize within the existing chart, you have to go for the customize option. So there are two options in the top, it will be available. Suppose you don't like the column chart, you want to go for a line chart. You can go for this column chart drop down and you can explore where the line option is there. You can take that like this. This is one. Now, suppose say I want to go for the data labels. In each and every column, the data label has to be there. Suppose if that is the case, then how to bring it? So go to customize over here, and then you can go for this series option over here. In this series, we have got the option over here called data labels. So once I click, all the data labels will be appearing on the screen. Now, these data labels are inside the columns. I don't want to be inside. I want to bring it outside. So there is an option ready-made called auto. Instead of that, you can go for outside end, and this will be appearing outside. If you want to make it bold, you can make it bold even. There are other formatting options we do have over here, saying I can make it bold, and the text color, I want to make it something different. I can do that. So all these options, you can go for it. Okay. So for the data labels. Now, once we have done with all these changes, and again over here, suppose say I would like to go for my data, sorting and sort range over here. Sorry, this is directly going for it. So data, sort range, and there data has the header of the row, period 1, and Z to A, sort. Now, these are the changes we did in Google Sheet. Now, the same changes we want to bring it over here. Can you see one update option immediately turns up? So I can bring it over here immediately. And the moment you click update, this chart will be updated. So data will be always stored in Google Sheet, but yes, you can bring it to Google Slide. And whatever the changes you do, you can bring it over here. So this is how you can keep exploring the many more chart options. Obviously, we do have in there in the Google Sheets. We have got beautiful chart options like our combo chart. We have got waterfall chart over there, and we have got radar chart. But yes, again, compared to Microsoft Excel, you can, if you compare, charts are a bit limited over here, but here we have got different options also available. So this is how to create a beautiful chart over there from Google Sheet and Google Slide, how to give a link over there by default. And if you do not like the link, you want to make it static over here, what you can do, this option, you can go for unlink all the time. You have that choice. This is what. All right, so how to create a chart in Google Slide. Hope you got some basic understanding. right? Now, some other features of our Google slide I would like to take you through. Most of the time, what it happens, we keep creating the speaker notes for our PowerPoint or Google slide anywhere you are working with. But over here, we have got a very beautiful option. We can command, and by your voice typing, our footer note also keep typing over here. Just see how to use that voice typing option. So keeping your cursor in the speaker note section is the bottom. Okay. Go to our tools. In this tools option, we do have a very beautiful option called voice type speaker note. You can activate the same by using this keyboard shortcut also, Control Shift and S. So a mic option will be appearing when you click it, and this is a toggle key to switch on and switch off. Now, once you just switch on, whatever you say, it is going to be typed in the footer note. Say, this is G slide training of Flipkart, right? And once it is done, you can just switch off this mic and immediately that will be ready as a footer note or speaker note. So this is how one beautiful feature we have in Google's slide, and which is available again only in Microsoft Office 365 or 2019, not in any version, or 2021 you might be getting also. But in Google slide, we have got that. This is one. Now, once you have got your presentation, okay, suppose say I am presenting something. I'll go to my slideshow. Okay. Now I am going to my presentation from the beginning. I'm presenting something. Now I have gone to the slides. Now suppose say somebody asked me, Pravas, why don't you go to the slide number 1? So I don't need to just come out of this presentation and go back to the slide to again to scroll it up and then start presenting. You can simply press the numerical button 1 and hit enter. You will be in the first slide. Now suppose say you want to navigate back to the slide number 3 or 4. So just hit numerical button 3 and enter. I'll be in slide number 3. This is how you can operate during the presentation from one slide to another. All right. Hope it is working. Kindly confirm. In the presentation mode, if you want to navigate from one slide to other, just hit the number and enter. All right. I believe that is working in the presentation mode, not in the slide designing mode. Similarly, when you go for our presentation again, yes. So when you go to the presentation again over here, just see. Now I am presenting something. Okay, thank you so much for your response. So if I have something to speak about the presentation, okay, so how to grab my audience attention towards me? So if I keep my presentation running, of course, people will be keep themselves busy in reading my data. So I should grab my audience attentions towards me. So what you can do over here during the mode of presentation over there, what you need to do, you have to make your screen black and white, suppose. So you can press the alphabet B button. The screen will completely become black. So audience will automatically understand that you want to speak something. And once your speaker note is over, to resume your Google slide presentations, again go for B button. If you do not like the black screen, you can make it white by simply pressing the W for white, again W to resume your Google slide presentation. Check it out. Is it working during the mode of presentation, black and white screen? Right? Now, one more thing I'll tell you, just watch my screen again. During the mode of presentation, if you are showing something to the audience, suppose say you do not have the laser pointer, you do not have your ruler stick something, or you are there in the physical meeting, do not wave your mouse like this and try to showcase or point something. Better what you can do, you can turn your mouse pointer to a laser pointer by simply hitting the L button, alphabet L button, and this will be acting like a laser pointer like this. And once your presentation is over, then you can go for again pressing L to make it again the generic mouse icon, and you can work around. Check it out. During the presentation, just hit the alphabet L button, turn the same into a laser pointer. All right. So I believe all these things are working. Of course, I know I just given you just overview and brief about it. There are many more things you have to learn and you have to explore. So since this is time limited over here, this is what the maximum from our G-Slide people. So I have dropped, thank you so much, Subhadeep. I have dropped a link about our feedback form. So I request you take 2 minutes of time, fill the feedback and submit, and then we can discuss, not a problem. So I believe you have enjoyed the session. It was informative. It was worth investing time. All right.